Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right. I was meditating, on this topic here, through the Spirit, I wanted to commit it to a video form. All right, and a lesson, and Lord willing, to be edifying. All right, and dealing with keeping a cool head, okay, when these trials come upon you, and as the scriptures say, which I have here, and I'm going to read in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, that the Lord, the elect, all right, it mentions them or likens them unto acceptable men, found in the were tried in the furnace of adversity. All right, and shalom, shalom. All right, tried in the furnace of adversity. Now, when we read these scriptures, concerning, the trials, and concerning, the things that we are to go through. Okay, yeah. As a matter of fact, let's start off with the book of Romans. All right, chapter 15, verse 4 says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope." So the not only the laws or the prophecies, but also the accounts, of scenarios and situations that went on or that occurred in the past, to different members, all right, of the elect. We're supposed to learn from that. But you also need to understand that, it's not gonna, when you read about something, it's different than when you actually go through it, and that's what you have to prepare your mind for. Okay, that is one thing to read about persecution. It's one thing to read about, how it says they persecuted the Lord and they persecuted the apostles, and, flee from one city to another. All right. But to actually see it, number one, and to live it, number two, are two different things, you know? And so you need to remember, all right, the way that you are now, see, it's as humans, it's easy to speak from your comfort zone. It's easy to say something when you're comfortable, when you're not put in that situation. It isn't until you're actually in that situation that you start to think from either how much pressure is put on you, or wherever your mind is at, whatever the flesh is telling you, all right, at that specific point in time. All right. And so that's why we have to examine ourselves, all right, and really understand, where are you in the spirit, you know, because you won't really know what you're made of until you're tried. But here's the thing, when the ultimate trial comes, when you find out what you're made of, that's it. That's you. That's who you're stuck with. You don't get another chance or another grace period to work on yourself. You know, if you find out that you're a coward, you know, when you're put under pressure, that you break, that's you. And that's the you're gonna have to live with. You're gonna have to understand, damn, like, this is me, I sold out, or this is me, I broke under pressure, or I fled when persecution came. It was easy to say that I won't when it wasn't here, right? But it was a different thing when it actually was here, and that's why it's also key and important to pray, that the Lord puts that spirit upon us. The men of old, the reason they were able to do what they did wasn't of them. It was because the Lord put that spirit upon them. All right. So now let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. And we will start at, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 1. All right. So it says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them." All right. And that's why the scriptures talk about walking by faith and not by sight, because what you can see, all right, can deceive you. You ever heard the saying, as things aren't what they seem, or it's not what it looks like? All right, because your eyes don't tell you the full story. Your eyes only tell you the story from what you're seeing. Okay, all your eyes are telling you is danger, beauty. Like, your eyes are just literally telling you what you're seeing, but your eyes are not necessarily giving you the explanation. It's not giving you the reasoning behind it. If you're seeing danger, your eyes are not what's gonna reason with you and calm you down and tell you, hey, chill out. It's not what you think. You got to go based off of faith. All right, based off of what's in your spirit, what you know. Okay, and that's why you'll be better off. You can keep a cooler head if you go based off of faith rather than based off of what you just see or what your body is experiencing. Remember, the flesh is about comfortability. The flesh is about, you know, how can I feel better? You know, the second I get any inkling or any small sense of danger, that's it. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm running or I'm trying to escape that situation. You know, but it's your spirit that tells you, hey, hold up. You know, like that's not what it looks like. Remember what the Lord said. The souls, all right, as it says here, of the righteous are in the hand of God. That means it's in your soul, all right. Whatever happens to you, you know, whatever your condition is literally in the hand of the Most High. All right, and nothing can come and harm you. Everything is being controlled by the Lord. That's what your faith knows. That's what you know by faith. But your eyes don't know that, because your mind will tell you, well, the Lord said that, you know, he's protecting us, but your eyes will tell you, boy, you better run because that dude has a gun. You know, that's what your eyes see it, and your flesh tells you start running. You know what I'm saying? The Lord might tell you stand still and stand your ground, but your flesh and your eyes will tell you turn your ass around and run as fast as you can, because that bullet is, you know, it's coming straight for you. So you see how these two things can be conflicting, though in the same position, in the same scenario. All right, and at that point, if you don't have a cool head, you're gonna give in to the impulse of the flesh because it's trying to stay alive. Okay, but you have to remain in control. Your spirit has to control your body. You gotta have your spirit in the driver's seat. All right, not the flesh. No, the car can't be on autopilot. All right, the spirit is in here. You are running things. You got to remember that. Okay, you do that from a cool head. This is the brother, Men of Valor SC, Upstate BA, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And one thing we have to remember when reading this precept is the first part. This is a conditional statement. Because, all right, because you have kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. I will guard you. All right, I'll keep my Holy Spirit upon you to prevent you from making any costly mistakes, you know, or having demons, persuade you in your mind. But it's a conditional statement. It's not going to happen for everybody. It's going to happen for those who have kept the word of the Lord's patience. And as Apostle Gabar always goes into, the word patience meaning what? To suffer. Because it's not, when you have to be patient, it's not the sweetest thing, because we always want something the quicker the better. You know, but it's even more trying when you have to be patient in uncertainty. Okay? Here it is, you're being persecuted, but you don't know when the Lord is going to step in, but you know he will, but you have to be patient and wait upon the Lord, you know? So that's when the patience gets even harder, because now you're thinking, well, you know, I gotta be patient, but I don't know when. And I have to wait, but the condition that I'm waiting in is not comfortable. That's really ultimately what causes a lot of people to lose their patience, is the condition that they're in order to remain patient is not comfortable. It's hard for them to stay in that condition and wait, you know? So that's why the Lord said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right. You gotta do your part, and the Lord will do his part. All right. The Lord is not going to automatically just deliver everybody or automatically just protect that. No. Because the last time he did it, even just for the, for us as a whole nation, we know how that turned out. Okay. This is Prince of Yahweh, Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. All right. And that's what we have to remember. All right. Is that we got to always keep our faith, and our trust in the Lord. Okay. Not in what you think, You know, not in what you see, not in what, well, this makes sense to me, and this is what I think, and this is what I, no. The Lord is not looking at that. He's like, what did I tell you? What did I say? You see, one thing that the Lord is big on, all right, is obedience. And all throughout the scriptures, you notice, all right, you notice that one thing that the Lord constantly, or one thing a lot of people have been punished for, all right, is lack of obedience, for being disobedient, all right, for not having patience, for not trusting in the Lord, not taking heed to his warnings or his word, and sometimes it's hard. Yes, we're in the flesh, it's not the easiest thing. Sometimes you feel like, oh, well, this, that, and the third, but that's why it's, when we read, that's what I'm saying, when we read these scriptures, it's easy to read. Verse 1 says, this man his life was in danger. Verse 2 says he prayed to the Lord. Verse 3 says he had faith. Verse 4 says he was delivered. Verse 5, he's a great man. That's easy to read, right? You read in it, it looks like, it's pretty simple and straightforward. But when you're in that position and you have to have that faith, you realize it's not so easy, to remain positive in a negative situation. But if you as the scriptures say, through thy precepts I gain understanding, but what the scriptures also talk about being comforted, through the precepts of the Lord. Okay. And so if you whatever situation you're in, you remember, you return, and I believe it's in the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter. It talks about make not haste in time of trouble, and depart not away. Because when you depart away, when you pull yourself from the scriptures or from what you know to be right through faith, that's when you start to lean on your own understanding. And what comes with leaning on your own understanding? Fear. Because when you trust in the word of the Lord, that's bond, that's solid. That is not going to change. If you trust in your own understanding, you don't know the future. We know the Lord's future. You don't know what's going to happen based on what you have planned. You cannot control whatever. You may plan something, but you can't control whether it comes to pass or not. But if you stick to what the Lord has said, it doesn't matter what you do, that's going to happen. All right. So can you keep a cool head when these trials come upon you? Now, you may think you can, but thinking you can do one thing and actually doing one thing is different. You have certain people that watch maybe somebody do something, and because that person either has experience with it or the person is just able to do it, it looks easy. They make it look easy. And this person, from the comfort of their home or wherever they are, they're like, oh yeah, I could definitely do that. That's light work. That's easy. And then they're put in that position and they freeze. Or they're put in that position and they do horrible. Because from an eye perspective, you don't know what it feels like. You can gain information, but you can't gain that experience until you're put in that position. All right. So it's very key and important to of course, certain situations we're going to have to be put in to really try us, but you got to build yourself up from now. You can't just think, well, I'm good. I'm just good. Nobody's just good. You got to prepare yourself constantly. Okay. How rooted are you in the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? Okay. Are you losing focus and sight of the fact that it's important to stay rooted in the word of the Lord? Okay. It's good to have knowledge. It's good to know information. It's good to be diligent, but you have to look at all aspects of being in the truth. All right. Faith isn't just I go out to the highways and byways and I teach, or I do videos, or, I keep the Sabbath. Faith also, there's another level of faith that gets tested when you're experiencing something, when your family turns on you, when you don't know where to go, when you're unsure of what's about to happen next, but the Lord said, just trust in him. That's a different kind of faith. All right. That's going to be tested. So back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 2, it says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. Okay. And just an example, like Stephen, he was being stoned to death. One would think, damn, this man must have been going through all kinds of pain. But from his conduct, you know, from how he was, you know, what he was saying, he was what? He was good. Okay, he was in peace because what? He was going to the spirit world. All right, he was going to Yahushua. All right, so it says here, verse 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Now, when you're punished in the sight of men, when you're put in that position, because see, this is talking about the elect. This is talking about certain individuals that are going to be really overall, all of us, but certain individuals are going to go through it more than others. And being punished in the sight of men, yeah, we reading it, but that's talking about us. We're going to be punished in the sight of men. All right, we're going to be persecuted. All right, we're going to be demonized. Some brothers are going to have to resist unto blood. Okay, but it says what? Yet is their hope full of immortality. So then you got to ask it, is your hope full of immortality? It may be now, but is it going to be when you get gun butted? Or when your face is on the news? Or you sitting there with your family and all of a sudden they plaster it on there? Or you at work, you know, and your wife or your friend or somebody calls you like, yo, or they text you with an article or a news clip that has your face on there. And you see nothing but just, you know, slander and just complete so much propaganda to where you might even get convinced that you evil, you know, and they sending you that like, explain this, you know, what's going on, you know. Or here it is, there's a wanted picture, wanted poster. If you see this guy, call this, you know, call this number. See, at that point, is your hope still gonna be full of immortality? Are you gonna fear at that point? You know, and say, I don't want any part of this. I don't want to do this anymore. You know? Or are you gonna remember now when you read in those scriptures, it says the apostles rejoiced because they were accounted worthy to suffer with the Lord. Now you were like, oh, it's not so easy. You know, it's not so easy. You think you're getting beat. That feels good. It doesn't feel good. You know, but it's keeping a cool head and knowing that the reason this is happening is because, number one, the Lord is trying you. Okay, but if the scriptures say, if we suffer with the Lord, we're gonna glory with the Lord. So then you think about, okay, whatever I'm suffering now really is bringing me closer, all right, to the kingdom. Is bringing me closer to assurance, you know, that I might be one of the elect. But it's not going to be based on just suffering. It's going to be based on my reaction to the suffering, you know? What am I willing to do? You know, what's that saying? It's not about how hard, I think it's not about how hard you get hit, you know, but if you get, it's something like that, you know, you get hit and you fall, but you know, it's what you do when you get hit. You know, do you get back up or do you stay on the ground? That's the thing. It's not about catching hell. It's about what you do when you catch the hell. All right, do you break? All right, or do you make? You know, do you rise to the occasion or do you just fall? All right, that's something very important that you need to ask yourself, because you know it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna be like, yo, you know what? You know, you're gonna have those thoughts of like, when it first started, yeah, you know, yeah, let's get it on, you know, it's here, but then it starts to drag, you know. But see, the painful part is you being persecuted, but it's dragging. They're persecuting you, they're demonizing you, but they haven't come and grabbed you up yet, you know. And you know, it's like, all right, well, when are they gonna make their move so the Lord can make their move? But yet it's just like in between. That's when having patience is hard, you know. That's when you're catching the hell of being demonized, but they haven't made that one move to where the Lord can relieve you of that. So you're just in there, you know, and you're like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the days when I could just go down the block without having to put a hoodie on. Somebody gonna see me and, you know, there, you know, family might kick you out, you know, girl might move out, whatever the case may be, man. All right, but it's all a part of prophecy. Okay, so it says, verse 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. Okay, that's you got to remember these things. That's how you keep a cool head. Think, you know, don't just act on emotion, man. You got to think. All right, yeah, I'm going through this. It doesn't feel good, but what am I going to gain? Why the hell am I going through this pain? You know, how did I end up in this position? You know, why was I so convinced that I would want to be in this position? Then you got to remember, okay? Slovakia. You know, that's when you got to remember, like, yo, yes, it's all for the Lord. You know, you got to suffer for the Lord. Look at what Yahweh Shai went through. Look at what the men of old went through. You know, and remember, you're not the only one going through it. We all going to be going through it. We all going to be going through it, man. You know, you're not the only one who's going to be, you know, whatever you're going to be if you catching hell, there's another brother, another sister, another member of the elect catching hell somewhere, man. You know, so we're all going to be going through it, man. You ain't special. You know, just, you know, we just going to have to go with our allotted, you know, portion and just fulfill our role to the best of our ability. Okay. That's why it says here, having been a little chastised, you know, so you gotta really put it in perspective. The more uncomfortable it is, the greater the reward is going to be. Because according to the scriptures, the reward has to exceed the suffering. The reward has to be so great that the suffering seems so little. So if the suffering seems, you know, if the suffering seems great, then imagine how much greater the reward is going to be. And all of a sudden, suffering doesn't seem that bad anymore. You know, and I gave this example before. See, if somebody told you, yo, come mow my lawn for me. You like, the whole lawn? I gotta mow all of that? You know, at first it seems like a lot. But then they tell you, when you finish mowing this lawn, I'm gonna give you $50 million. Before they even finish saying $50 million, you already got the thing set. You half of the lawn is already gone. You shit is already good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you already mowing it. And at that point, it goes from the whole lawn to that's it? This all I gotta do for $50 million? Hell yeah, I'll do it. You see how the psychology works? When you think, when the reward is great, the work or the suffering doesn't seem that much anymore. When the reward outweighs the suffering or the work doesn't seem that much anymore, right? Here it is, you got to lift a brick. Because mowing the lawn, being asked to mow the lawn seems like a lot of work if you're not getting anything for it. Or if you're just getting $25 for it. It seems like a lot of work. But $50 million just to mow the lawn. You see, then you put the just. Then the word just magically appears, right? So that's what you got to do. When you're catching hell, you're going through these tribulations, you got to remember, all right, maybe I might get my head chopped off. But initially thinking, damn, I'm about to lose my life. Right? Damn, my whole head. What about my family? What's going on? And then you remember immortality. You remember the Lord. You remember the kingdom. You remember all these blessings. And you're like, that's it? I just got to get my head chopped off and then I could get all of that? Shit, put me before all of them, man. You know, cut it quick too. You know, so at that point, based on, you know, you start meditating on the reward, you know, the deliverance, whatever you got to go through seems small. That's a benefit. You got to keep a cool head in that time. Because if you start panicking, you start, you know what I'm saying? Well, damn, I knew it was going to be bad, but brother, they're trying to kill us, you know? And you forget that you're the same person who was preaching, hey, they're going to come for us. They're going to kill some of us. Or maybe it's just when you were saying they're going to kill some of us, you just never imagined yourself being a part of that some of us getting put to death, right? We say, you know, hey, there's going to be martyrs, you know, but you just never imagined that you would be one of those martyrs. See, you always imagine when you mention the martyrs, it would be somebody else. And so now you're put in a position where you got to get your head chopped off, and now you're bugging out. You can't keep a cool head because you never meditated on the fact that this could actually be me. You know? Yeah, make it fast, will ya? Yeah. That's right, man. You know, but you gotta. It's not easy. Nobody's saying it's easy, but it's doable. Okay. So continuing in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 5 again, it says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them, okay, and found them worthy for himself. So somebody's going to be found worthy. Now the question is it you? Is it going to be you? Okay, it's already written. Somebody's going to be, we all going to be proved, we're going to be tried, but somebody's going to be found worthy. Is it going to be you or is it not? You know? Now, how bad do you want it? You know, ultimately it comes down how bad you want it. You know, of course, we understand everything is, you know, preordained. But if you think about it like everything is preordained, you know, what if I'm not part of this? Don't even think about it like that, man. You know the requirements. If you're able to fulfill it, then you are part of the elect. If you're not, then you're not. You know, that's it. You know, verse 6, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. You hear that? So that means we're going to be tried. All right, we're going to go through trials. It's going to get tougher and tougher. But if you've learned anything over the years or over your length of being in the truth, you should be constantly growing. So when the going gets tough, you get tougher. You know, when the situation or the trials get harder, you're able to handle it because you're not staying in the same position. You're growing. You're growing in faith. You're growing in knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all of that. You know? So whatever demons used to try and mess with you in the beginning, they shouldn't even be close to being a problem for you now. Because the demons are going to get stronger. The closer and closer we get to the end, the temptations are going to get greater. The closer and closer we get to the end. So if you are not growing and you are not rising up to the occasion, you're going to get got. All right? Your demons are not going to stay at level 1s, man. They start at level 1s, but they keep going up. You know? So if you stay at level 1, when that level 5 demon comes, he's knocking your ass out. One punch knockout. You're done. All right? Verse 7, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks amongst the stubble. You want to be a part of that, right? Verse 8, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. You want that, but it's not free. You know, ain't nobody said it was going to come free. The Lord, how you think the Lord is going to get the authority he's going to get? Look at what he went through. All right. It says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. And also, see, it's one thing, you know, to go out there and teach or, you know, to believe in his word. And people have done it. There's people who have fallen out, but they've done what we're doing. They've done it before. But one thing that the elect is going to be able to do that nobody else is going to be able to do is whatever it is that's going to distinguish them. And as the scriptures say, then shall they be known who are my chosen. All right, is you're going to be able to endure unto the end. You're going to be able to make certain decisions that others are not going to be able to make. All right, you're going to be able to stand firm when everybody else is afraid. You know, there's going to be a certain characteristics, all right, that are going to shine. All right, that are going to shine when that time comes. That potential is going to be fully drawn out. And that's something, all right, that not everybody has been given. Okay? So you're going to know, okay, yeah, nah. You know, there's something different about them. You know, and it took this pressure, you know, it took this occasion, it took this hell to come upon them for that to be brought out, you know, for that to be manifest. You know, you want to see light shine bright, let there be darkness. You know, even the smallest light can shine bright if it's dark around. If you have a flashlight in the daytime, you see, you can barely see the light. But that same flashlight at nighttime, then you like, yo, you know, then you really see the light of the flashlight, you know? So the elect are the elect, but they're really going to shine when all hell breaks loose. That's like the darkness for the flashlight, you know? When all hell breaks loose, those are the perfect conditions, all right, for the elect to rise up, to shine. Because the ingredient the Lord has put in each member of the elect, whether man, woman, or child, all right, is going to be fully, you know, put on the spot, fully activated under those conditions. And that's why it says, it is a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, and it also says, and I'm going to go to it right now, in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and I'm just going to go to the point. As a matter of fact, I'll start at verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, and they're going to come out successful. They're going to come out refined. Okay, now I have one more precept here in the book of Ephesians, and it's always, you know, good to remember. This is, you know, a very good precept that'll, you know, to keep in mind. I believe it's the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and 7. Is it 4 and 7? Let me see. Man, I can't believe I forgot this precept. Basically, it's talking about be careful for nothing, all right? But in all things, with thanksgiving, let your cares be known unto the Most High. All right, I have a feeling that is in Ephesians, the 4th chapter, all right? But it's just escaping me the exact verse it is in right now, all right? Or maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe it's not in the 4th chapter, all right? But nonetheless, that's the yeah. Well, that's the precept, so be careful for nothing, all right? But in all things, with thanksgiving, all right, let your problems, let it be known unto the Most High, okay? And when you go into that word careful in that verse, it basically means, don't be afraid, don't be anxious, don't be, stressed out. You don't need to be stressed out over anything. Once you pray and you have faith in it, what you've done is you've raised the problem up, you've given it to the Lord now. It's in the hands of the Lord. Now, whatever takes place is, the Lord got it. So you don't got to stress anymore. It's not in you. You're not going to control the outcome. You were never going to control the outcome. But now the Lord is on your side. He's helping you out. All right. So we don't have anything. Philippians. Okay, Khan. I said Ephesians. Let me see. Let's go check that. Let's see. Salakia. Let me see if I can find it right here. It's one of those precepts that you think, you think is in a certain chapter. It sounds like it's in a certain chapter, but then it's not. All right, the brother said Philippians 4. The water, bro. All right, the water. That's the one. All right, that's the one I was looking for. This is the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing. All right. It didn't say for little things or big. No, for nothing. Okay. But in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. Let your, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever your request is, let it be made known unto the Most High, man. And maintain your faith. Don't doubt the Lord, okay? But have the faith, put your problems up to the Lord, and just, allow the Lord to do his work. Allow him to do what he do. All right. So pretty much going to end it there. All right. Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting unto the elect. All right. As we see, it may look like things are calming down and, nothing is going to happen, but don't be dismayed by that. All right. The Lord is about to work. The scriptures say it is time for thee to work, for they have made void thy law. And that's all they keep doing in this society. All right. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is about to do a great work upon this place. Okay. Very, very soon. And you don't want to get caught off guard. All right. So as the scriptures say, measure the times diligently, stay in the spirit, all right? And, just pray for fewer days, man. And pray that the Lord gives you that spirit when all hell breaks loose to be able to endure unto the end. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash, and Shalom.